This is for those who believe in God and or are curious about God and other gods. This is a safe place where we prove all things and not just the things that are comfortable to talk about. The beliefs shown are what have been proven to each speaker individually and biblically. Your examination determines if it is with respect of person or not. The main conclusion that has been drawn so far is there is but one God, the creator of the universe, and that as to other gods, if they contributed anything to the happiness of men, that each of them afforded it only according to his appointment, and not by their own power. This is the coolest scripts have ever been expressed, not because the expressor is cool, but because the Most High is so cold and so warm. I think you get it though. Enjoy the show. All praises to the Most High God.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ahba. Thank you, Father. Thank you for your knowledge, Father. Thank you for your wisdom, Father. Thank you for your understanding, Father. Thank you for your freedom, Father. Thank you for your justice, Father. Your equity, Father. Father, thank you for this food, Father. Thank you for this clothing, Father, this shelter that you provided, Father. Thank you for your love, Father. Thank you for your peace, Father. And thank you for this joy. Thank you, Abba. We appreciate you. We love you. Thank you for your son. All right. Welcome back to Just the Milk, episode 15. This episode is called Encouragement to the Young Lions. Encouragement to the Young Lions. And the reason why I'm doing this episode this week is because there's been a lot going on out here in the streets, people. Family, Israel, there's been a lot going on out here in the streets. And almost to the point that, I know what type of love that, I have for the young lions out here. I know the young lions of Judah. I know what type of, how I feel about the youth, them. So if I'm feeling this way and then I'm being put in positions, like, man, just to be honest, man, they're out here running rampant, man. Straight up. Ain't no other way around it. They running rampant. The young lions. So, and it's to the point that in order for me to defend myself and the people around me and to the, and the things that the Most High has blessed me with, it almost feels like they put me in a position where I have to take a life or where I have to seriously hurt somebody just to keep everybody safe. And I know if I'm the furthest, or if I'm one of the people that's the furthest away from wanting to do something like that to my brothers, to my young brothers, my young people, like, what about the people who don't care about your life for real? What about the people who ain't doing nothing to try and help you at all? Right? So they're not going to spare you. They're not going to have the same amount of patience. They're not going to have the same amount of love. So that's why, hey, this is just a word of encouragement to the young lions. And I'm going to go through and I'm going to break it down as if I'm talking to the young lions directly. I'm going to break it down as if somebody that's being taught how to break it down for themselves. So without no further ado, let's just go for it, man. We're going to go step by step. We're going to go line by line. We really going to go word by word. Because after this message, I want you to be able to go back through and break it down for yourself. Anything you want to learn about, anything you want to understand, I want you to be able to open the book and break it down. So I'm going to show you I'm going to show you the beginning of being able to break it down and being able to understand it. So let's get into it, man. So we'll start with Ezekiel 19. And this is to the lions of Israel. This is, talking directly to them. It's describing what the lion is. It's describing what the lions are going through today. So verse 1, Ezekiel 19, verse 1. It says, moreover, take thou up a lamentation for the princes of Israel. That's you, young lions, the princes of Israel. But like I said, we're going to break everything down. So what's a lamentation, right? All right, let's get it. A lamentation It says the passionate expression of grief or sorrow, weeping. All right, so now let's go back and read that first verse again. It says, moreover, take thou up a lamentation, or take thou up a weeping, take thou up sorrow for the princes of Israel. Verse 2, and say, why, what is thy mother? What is thy mother? A lioness, she lay down among lions. She nourished her whelps among young lions. So who, like it said, wait, so where is your mother? Who is your mother? If you were a young lion, your mother obviously was a lioness, right? And she lay down among the lions to have you. And when she had you, she nourished her whelps. What does whelps mean? Like I said, we breaking it down. A whelp is a puppy. A whelp is a cub. Go back. A whelp is a puppy or a cub. It's a very, very young lion, right? No, it says, she nourished her whelps among young lions, and she brought up one of her whelps, and it became a young lion. So when she says nourished, that means she was feeding, the young lions be on the teat, the whelps be on the teat. And it says he became a young lion. So she took one and it became a young lion, and it learned to catch the prey. So it learned how to eat. It learned how to feed itself. It learned some techniques, some strategies, right? And it learned to catch the prey. But it also, the semicolon here, says it also, now next it say it devoured men. So it learned among the other young lions, it learned to catch prey. But then it took everything that it learned and used it for evil. It says it devoured men, right? Now, if you eating, you eating. But if you just killing stuff to kill stuff, that's something different. Now watch this. Verse 4. The nations also heard of him. So, he getting popular. He learned how to be a great hunter. And now he started devouring men. Now the other nations are hearing about him. Now, this is all a metaphor for our youth. This is all a metaphor for the young men of Israel. For who? The princes of Israel. Now it says, the nations also heard of him. He was taken in their pit, and they brought him down with chains unto the land of Egypt. So, the nations also heard about him. He got locked up. He was taken in that pit. He's brought into the chains unto the land of bondage, into the land of Egypt. Let's keep going. Verse 5. Now it says, when she saw that, she had waited. So she saw, man, I brought the young whelp up. I brought the whelp up. He turned into a young lion. He learned how to hunt. He learned how to catch prey. And then he started murdering men. So, and then they took him away. They captured him. They brought him into bondage, into slavery. So now Israel, now it says she saw it and she watched to see, if he was gonna turn around, if he was gonna change his ways. All right. But that next it says now when she saw that, she had waited and her hope was lost. Then she took another of her whelps and made him a young lion. So she said, the first one didn't quite work out for Israel. Didn't quite work out. But you know what? All hope is lost on that one. I thought he was going to turn around. I thought he was going to change his ways. So he didn't. So let me just go ahead and bring up another young whelp. I think this one might be better. He seemed stronger. He seemed smarter. He seemed a little bit more. He seemed a little faster, right? Now verse 6, it says, and he went up and down among the lions. So he went up and down among the lions. Not just the young lions, among all the lions. All right. And he became a young lion. So now it says, and he learned to catch the prey. That's what he was doing. He was learning all the techniques up and down among the lions. And he learned to catch the prey and devoured men. So he followed in the same footsteps. He didn't only just learn how to catch prey, he also learned how to devour men. Verse 7, it says, and he knew their desolate places. All right, so I see what desolate is. Desolate. Desolate palaces. I said places. It's desolate palaces, Salakia. And he knew their desolate palaces. Now, desolate, the adjective word, right? It's how it's being used in a sentence, not as a verb. Deserted of people in a state of bleak and dismal emptiness. The verb is desolate. So now adjective is desolate. The verb is desolate. It's to make something, like if you go desolate something, you destroy it, right? It says to make a place bleak and depressingly empty or bare. So now it says verse 7, and he knew their desolate places, palaces. I keep saying places, palaces. So when somebody know your stuff, if it's not theirs, how could they know it? I mean, he went in and spoiled it. So if somebody know a woman, they go on and they go in and they use the woman for her valuables. It says and he knew their desolate places, and he laid waste their cities, and the land was desolate, and the fullness thereof by the noise of his roaring. So what was he doing? He running rampant. Now we got to keep in mind, this is just a word of encouragement to the lions of Israel. This is why we're reading this. First, we're breaking down what a lion is. Breaking down what a lion is. So even if you're an older gentleman or an older person, hey, first we got to learn the lessons of the young lion. And if we didn't learn those lessons, we still battling with the same things as the old lion. So now watch this, right? So he was worse than the first one. This next leader was worse than the first one. So in verse 8, it says, then the nation set against him on every side from the provinces. What's a province? A province is a region or like a state, an area, geographical location, right? And it says, and spread their net over him. He was taken in a pit. So all the nations heard about him. So nations came together for this one, right? Nations came together for him, spread their net over him, and he was taken in that pit. Ezekiel 19, verse 9 now. It says, and they put him in ward in chains. So they locked him up the same way they did the first one. They put him in ward. Like if you know anything about the child system, DCFS, you know, the safety system for the children, according to the state. If you are property of the ward, if you are a ward of the state, that means you're property of the state as a child. You've been in the system, you might have heard about this, right? Somebody takes it in ward, that means it's been captured. It means it's being secluded from something else, right? It says, and brought him to the king of Babylon. So they captured him, put him in chains, spread the net, brought him over to the king of Babylon. They brought him into holds that his voice should no more be heard upon the mountains of Israel. So, hey, no more room for you. I'm gonna put that muzzle on you. Put that hold on your mouth, right? Now let's see. When we have all these young kids and all these young lions running rampant, they on the internet learning about cars. They on the internet learning about weapons, all type of stuff. But now what do they do with it? Do they go and learn about cars and then hope to work in a body shop? Or do they go and learn about cars and start stealing Hellcats? Right? So now let's keep going. It says, thy mother is like a vine in thy blood, planted by the waters. She was fruitful and full of branches by the reason of many waters. So you just got to think about what the waters is in this example. We're going to come back to it, but just think about what the waters is in this example, right? And she has strong rods for the scepters of them that bear rule. So what's a scepter? It's an ornamented staff carried by rulers on ceremonial occasions as a symbol of sovereignty. So the reason I'm not even using like the actual, Hebrew translation dictionary. I'm just using a regular Google search. So you can see how easy it is as a young lion to really figure out and decipher what the word is saying. Because more important than for you to know, hey, is scepter the real word or is it just staff, right? More important than that is for you to get the understanding of the parable, for you to get the understanding of the story, for you to be able to read the Bible and read the word, read the Torah, and come out better on the other end. That's what I want for you, right? So let's keep this in context, right? It says, okay, so it says, and she had strong rods for the scepters of them that bear rule. So for the staffs, right, an ornamented staff carried by rulers on ceremonial occasions as a symbol of sovereignty. So now they hit you with another big word. And this is one of the obstacles that you will go through as well, right? They hit you with a big word, and then, or they hit you with a word that you never heard of. Now you got to go read the definition. And in the definition, there's 3 words that you might not understand, right? So ornamented, ceremonial, sovereignty, right here. So an ornamented staff is just a staff that's been decorated, right? But it's carried by rulers, right? And, right, on ceremonial occasions, right? So that means that important occasions where they're going through whatever ritual, where if it's a feast day, whatever it is, right? And it's a symbol of their sovereignty. So let's get what sovereignty is. It's a symbol. So the staff that they're carrying is a symbol of power or authority. It's so now the second definition says the authority of a state to govern itself or another state. So it's a symbol of being able to govern itself. It's a symbol of freedom, right? That's what the symbol is about. All right. So now let's go back and read it. So now we got to keep in mind, we're talking about young lions. We're talking about the mother of the young lion, the lioness. And, you know, the mother, verse 10, the mother is like a vine in thy blood, planted by the waters. She was fruitful. So she was producing a lot of young lions. She was fruitful and full of branches by reason of many waters. She was producing a lot of strong young men, a lot of strong people in general, a nation of strong people. Verse 11, and she had strong rods for the scepters, so for the staffs of them that bear rule. So the young lions that were successful, the young lions that were the top, the princes of Israel, there were a lot of strong rods among the branches. So a branch is just bloodlines. But there were a lot of young rulers among all the bloodlines, a lot of strong branches of all the bloodlines in Israel, right? And her stature just means height. So you wonder, how do he know all these words? At some point in time in life, I had to look it up. That's the only way I know it. It's not magic. I'm not just way smarter than you or way, way better than you. You know, I just had to look it up at some point, right? So now it says, and she has strong rods for the scepters of them that bear rule. And her stature was exalted among the thick branches, and she appeared in height with the multitude of her branches. So it was a multitude of young lions. They was all strong. And just to behold it was magnificent for them to see the nation of Israel with all these strong leaders and all these strong people, right? Now it says, verse 12, but she being Israel, but she was plucked up in fury. Fury is anger. She was plucked up fast in anger, and she was cast down to the ground, and the east wind dried up her fruit. So now, if you pull a plant or you pull a tree and you remove it from its water source, what's going to happen? It's going to dry up. It says, and the east wind dried up her fruit, and her strong rods were broken and withered, and fire, it says the fire consumed them. So I don't know if you remember lesson before last, we talked about how the Most High tries us using what? Fire and water. He cleanses us. He purifies us the same as silver is tried. He takes us through what? The fire and the water. But on the other side, he brings us out to a more wealthy place, right? That's in Psalms. But, you know, you could just look at the earth in general and just see whenever he purifies the earth, what does he use? Fire and water. When the Nephilim was going off, when Nephilim was going crazy, what did he do? He brought the flood. That's water. Purified the earth. When Sodom and Gomorrah was going crazy, they was going off, what did he do? He brought the fire and brimstone. That's fire. He purified the earth. He got it out of here. So Now the fire consumed them. He's see, this is one of the trials. He's purifying us. But in order to do that, they had to pluck up all of Israel, cast them to the ground. Look at our state. Look at our state. Are we planted by waters? Is everything just free flowing and fruitful right now? No, look at our state. It says, and the east wind dried up her fruit. Her strong rods were broken and withered. The fire consumed them. And now she is planted in the wilderness in a dry and thirsty ground. So look around you, man. This is the wilderness. Look around you. It's a spiritually desolate place. Before, Israel was planted where? In their homeland. Before Israel, what's that water? That's that temple. They had access to the Most High. They was at the center of the earth, the center of the earth. Near Mount Sinai, Zion. Come on, man. Y'all gotta, yeah, hey, follow me. You right here. So now she in the wilderness. Israel is in the wilderness, trying to survive. This is what's happening. It says, verse 14, and the fire is gone out of a rod of her branches, which have devoured her fruit. What's her fruit? The young men. It says, man, it says the princes of Israel, the young lions, they learned to catch prey and they devoured men. It says, verse 14, I'm going to read it again. And fire is gone out of a rod of her branches, which have devoured her fruit, so that she have no strong rod to be a scepter to rule. This is a lamentation. Now we come back full circle to the first word we looked up. What? This is sorrow. This is weeping. This is an expression of grief or expression of sorrow, weeping. This is a lamentation and shall be for a lamentation. So this is the story of Israel. We go off, we get plucked up, we get scattered out into where? Not where everything is right, super proper. Not where life is easy. We get scattered into the wilderness. We get scattered among the heathen to the point we don't even know who we are no more. We forgot that we was lions. You ever seen like you watch on the animal on a little animal channels and stuff where they'll have an animal like a tiger or something being raised among dogs. And the tiger started to think he a dog. They'll have eagles being raised among chickens. And the chicken started to think it's an eagle. And the eagle started to think it's a chicken. Then one day we're like, hey man, I ain't like them. I could actually fly. I'm different. So we're all chicken, we're all eagles, but we among chickens, so we think we're the same as them. Nah, one man could put 10 to flight. 10 could put 1,000 to flight. We don't even know. Why? Because we ain't even flapping our wings. We ain't in this word. We ain't in the script. We ain't in the script the way we supposed to be. But let's keep going, man. So that's the lions of Israel. Now you got to ask, why are we here? Why is there a lamentation being written for Israel? Why are we lamenting if the Most High is so good, if the Most High is who he say he is, right? Why are we in this position that we're in? So let's start from verse 1. We're going to jump to Psalms 34, verses 1 through 10. It says, a psalm of David when he changed his behavior before Abimelech, who drove him away and he departed. It says, I will bless the Most High at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. So now this is how a lion is supposed to behave himself, right? I will bless the Most High at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth, right? But for some reason, they writing lamentations. They not writing praises for the Most High. We writing lamentations. Now watch this. It says, my soul shall make her boast in the Most High. The humble shall hear thereof and be glad. Oh, magnify the Most High with me and let us exalt his name together. Verse 4. I sought the Most High, and he heard me and delivered me from all my fears. They looked unto him and were lightened. They looked unto him and were lightened, and their faces were not ashamed. This poor man cried, and the Most High heard him and saved him out of all his troubles. That sound familiar, right? Sound like Psalms 50. Go back and look at the repentance lessons based on Psalms 50. Watch this. It says, the angel of the Most High encampeth around about them that fear him and delivereth them. So the angel of the Most High surrounded them and lives around, camps around them that fear him and delivered them. Oh, taste and see that the Most High is good. Blessed is the man that trusteth in him. Oh, fear the Most High, ye his saints, for there is no want to them that fear him. Now here we go. This is it. This is why we lamenting. Verse 10, it says, the young lions do lack. The young lions do lack and suffer hunger. The young lions do lack and suffer hunger, but they that seek the Most High shall not want any good thing. So now it says the Most High is a provider for them that seek him. The Most High is plentiful to them that seek him. But for some reason, as the whelps were learning to provide for themselves, they went off. But for some reason, they went off. If they were learning to provide and they learned how to provide and hunt the prey, what made them start devouring men? It say the Most High is good. If the Most High is so good, how can we be in good positions and always end up leaving our good position for that other thing? Now, it says the young lions do lack and they suffer hunger. They suffer hunger. So let's see. What do the young lions lack? Let's see how they keep going off. Let's see what they not being taught. Let's see what's escaping, what's not being passed down while they learn how to pray. It's something else. You got to learn how to provide, but it's at the same time you got to learn it's something else. Man don't live on bread alone. It's something else that you got to learn. Watch this. What do the young lions lack? Now we're gonna jump to Hosea 4. Verses 1 through 6. We're trying to figure out what the young lions lack. Why they keep getting put in bondage? Why they keep getting tossed into prison? Why they keep devouring men? What don't they know? What are they missing? I know the Ahba is good. I know he good, right? Watch this. Verse 1. Hear the word of the Most High, ye children of Israel. Or we can say, hear the word of the Most High, ye princes of Israel. For the Most High have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of the Most High in the land. Let's see what the young lion's been up to. It says, verse 2, by swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out, and blood touches blood. What they doing? They're devouring men. Blood touches blood. They're killing. They're devouring the man's goods. They're stealing. They're committing adultery. They're devouring the man's wife. They break out, and blood touches blood. Verse 3, it says, therefore shall the land mourn. What land? What land? It's the land that the tree was that was Israel, that the lioness was initially planted on, that had the river back next to it. Remember, we just read that. The land with the river. The land is mourning. So what the Most High do on the previous one? He plucked the tree out and put it in the wilderness. So now let's watch this. Let's watch the tree being plucked up. Therefore shall the land mourn, and everyone that dwelleth therein shall languish. What does languish mean? It says to become feeble, weak, or enervated, right? Plants languish in the drought. B, to be alive in a state of depression or decreasing vitality. Languish in prison for 10 years. And everyone that dwelleth therein shall languish. That means you're going to do what? You're going to weaken. Your vitality is going to decrease. You're going to be in a state of depression. The people there, right? It says, with the beasts of the fields and with the fowls of the heaven, yea, the fishes of the sea also shall be taken away. So when you start doing the devouring, what happens, right? You start doing the swearing and the lying and the killing and the stealing and the committing adultery, right? Your blood touches blood. The Most High takes away these things. right? It says the land will languish. Israel will languish, the land that they're in. It says with the beasts of the field and with the fowls of the heaven. Yea, the fishes of the sea also shall be taken away. So now, why do the young lions lack? This is what they lack, right? This is part of what they lack, but they lack this for an even deeper reason. So they go off and they lose everything. But why are they going off? What are they lacking to make them lose everything and have physical lack? There has to be a spiritual lack. So it's about to get it. This is a very popular verse. So y'all already probably 10 steps ahead of me. But let's see what they lacking spiritually. Because physically, they're strong, young lions, right? They conquering everything. But it's a way you got to do it, right? It's a way you got to live, right? So verse 4, it says, yet let no man strive nor reprove another, for thy people are as they that strive with a priest. So strive means to fight one another or to reprove one another, for thy people are as they that strive with the priest. So contend, right? So I got the definition. It says, now this is the actual Hebrew definition, right? The priest, right? The priest is the Kohen or the Kohen. The proper way to say it is Kohen. You see that sede at the bottom right here. It's Kohen. So look at the verse again. It says, for thy people are as they that strive with the priest. So you really not fighting each other. You really fighting what the priest is telling you to do. You're really not fighting each other. So, hey, don't strive against one another. Don't rebuke one another. Don't reprove one another. For you guys are really fighting a bigger battle, a deeper battle. And that's what? That's a battle of disobedience to the Most High. That's a battle that can only be fought one way. And it can't be fought the right way until you figure out what it is you're lacking. We're about to get to it. It says, therefore shalt thou fall in the day, and the prophet shall also fall with thee in the night, and I will destroy thy mother. Who did they say the mother was? The lioness. Why? Everybody forgot something. Verse 6, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing that thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children. It's a direct correlation. It says, I will destroy thy mother in verse 5. Why? Because we lack knowledge. Who is supposed to teach us? Our mother. That's why he keeps saying, remember, I'm the Lord. I'm not Lord, that God that brought you out of bondage. I'm the Lord that brought you out of Egypt. Why? Is because we keep forgetting. And until we hold on to that feeling, that memory of our destruction, it's going to be hard for us to stay on that path. But I ain't going to go into that. That's a message for another lesson. But it says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. So if you're destroyed for a lack of knowledge, how do you become undestroyed? How do you become recreated? How do you become reborn? You have to go and gain knowledge. So you say, okay, that makes sense. That make a little sense, right? It says, because at the end it says, I will also forget thy children. I will also forget thy young lions. I will also forget thy whelps. So now let's see. What's the answer? Now next slide is called knowledge and wisdom for the young lion. This is it right here. This is it. It say, hey, we was destroyed for a lack of knowledge. The reason why the lions keep going off because nobody told them no better. But it's ugly. But that ain't it. They told you better, but you ain't listen. That ain't the full story. Some people don't know no better because their parents weren't taught no better. But if you really pay attention, right, the law is written on our heart. We all know better. We all know what to do and not to do. Watch this. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge because thou hast rejected knowledge. That means it was knowledge at some point was presented to you. You rejected it, right? I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children. See, we forgot the law of the Most High. We out here running lawlessly. We learn how to do a little something, and then we start devouring man. It's crazy if you really think about it. It's crazy. So now we're going to jump to Proverbs 1. Now this section is called the beginning of knowledge. The beginning of knowledge. And we're going to break this down word by word, line by line, Most High willing. Right? Now it says, verse 1, the Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel. Right? Now, the young lions are the princes. So the young lions are the princes. Right? So now this is the son of David. His name is Solomon, who will start to be the wisest man ever, who is thought to be the richest man of his time. But it says the Proverbs of the Proverbs of the wisest, richest man. That's also the son of David, and he was once the king of Israel. So, hey, wait, what does Proverbs mean though? Proverb, a short, pithy saying in general use, stating a general truth or piece of advice. So, hey, wait, let's go back. So now you see the young lions being destroyed. We being locked up. We being taken into bondage. We being, taken in war. We're being captured by nets, put in prison. So it says, wait, but if we stop and think and don't reject the knowledge, actually accept the knowledge, we say, hey, if you open a book to this page, it says, right here, it says Proverbs mean a general truth or a piece of advice. So now let's read verse 1 again. A piece of advice from the richest man of his time and the wisest man that ever existed, that was once the king of Israel and the nation you are part of. So why wouldn't you read this? As a young lion, as you're learning how to catch prey, you should be learning wisdom and knowledge and what to do with your techniques. Now watch this. So the next lines, it's the beginning of the book. It's first chapter. If you look at the beginning of any book, it gives you a foreword or it gives you an introduction, or in the opening chapter, it tells you what the book is going to be about. So let's see what this book is about, right? It says this book right here, verse 2, to know wisdom and instruction. Boy, it just said we were destroyed for a lack of knowledge. And verse 2 said, this book is to know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding. So, verse 3, it says to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, and judgment, and equity. Let's see, equity. What does equity mean? All right. The quality of being fair and impartial, equity. So let's go back and look at it again. To receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, and judgment, and the quality of being fair and impartial. That's what this book is supposed to give you. Let's see what the next thing it says. To give subtlety to the simple. So it say, hey, if you don't think you that smart, this book, if you think you kind of simple-minded, you're not that complex, you're not that deep, you kind of surface a little bit, people been telling you that your whole life, and you think that, reading this stuff, understanding this stuff is beyond your grasp, this is where you should start. This is where it starts. Making sure you understand this. And wisdom is granted to those who ask. Ask of her. It's the Holy Spirit. Ask the Most High for wisdom. Right? So let's see what subtlety means. To give subtlety to the simple. Okay. Subtlety. Cunning, craftiness. Cunning, craftiness. So it says it's supposed to be to give subtlety to the simple. This book gives cunningness, and craftiness to the simple. So once you get that, I mean you ain't simple no more. Think about it. Got to think about it. All right. And now it says to the young man or to the young lion, it's going to give what? Knowledge and discretion. Okay, wait. gonna give you knowledge. Wait, but they just said the young lion was destroyed for what? A lack of knowledge. But it said this book is supposed to give you knowledge and discretion. So that means that everybody who getting destroyed for a lack of knowledge, obviously not following this book. They not obviously not reading the pieces of advice from Solomon, the king that was the richest and the wisest man. All right, lady, let's take a look. Let's take a look at it, man. So discretion, the quality of behaving or speaking in such a way as to avoid causing offense or revealing private information. Definition 2, the freedom to decide what should be done in a particular situation. So now let's go back and let's look at this line again. Verse 4, to give subtlety to the simple, to the young man, knowledge and discretion, knowledge and discernment, knowledge to decide what to do in a specific time. Good decision-making skills. Let's go back and look at the definition. The quality of behaving in such a way as to avoid causing offense. When you're in trouble, when something going down, you need discretion. Hey, what's the best way for me to get out of this situation? What's the best way for me to stay at peace with as many men as possible? What's the best way to hold my tongue right now? I know I'm usually a hothead, but how can I use discretion in this situation, right? So let's keep going, right? So it says, verse 5. Actually, I'm going to read that again. It says, so to the young lion or the young man, it's going to give you knowledge and discretion. So verse 5, a wise man will hear and will increase learning. So that means that a wise man listens. If you want to be wise, you got to listen and then increase your learning. You're going to listen and learn, not speak and learn. Listen. Listen first and learn, right? Now it says, so what's the difference between being wise or having wisdom and then having understanding, right? It's a difference. The next piece, right? And a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels. So a wise man will hear and increase his learning, but a man that understands what being wise, a man that truly understands will go and get a group of wise people or get people, other wise people that have been learning and listening for years. And he'll take counsel from them. That's what a man of understanding does. It's being able to know, hey, this particular subject ain't mine. I need to go and consult a professional. I need to go and get wise counsel. Because I've been listening, I've been picking up, I've been learning a lot, but there's somebody who still knows more than me. Let me go and consult this dude. Let me go and get some counseling from somebody wise. Right? So verse 6, to understand a proverb and the interpretation. So to understand why, so these are wise sayings that help you understand wise sayings and the interpretation. The words of the wise and their dark sayings. So it's supposed to help you understand the words of the wise and their dark sayings. So if something is dark, it's because you haven't been enlightened. You don't understand. It's cloudy in your mind. It's dark in your mind because you're still simple. You don't have the subtlety yet. But that's why you ask for the wisdom. You ask for the knowledge. You open this book up and you come and you get it. Once you get this book, you go, hey, let me go back to Genesis 1. Let me see what I can learn. Let me see what wisdom is in this book. Let me try and read through the Torah. Let me see what's here. Now it says, verse 7, the fear of the Most High is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. So if you hearing everything I'm saying and you like, nah, this ain't for me. Nah, I don't need no wisdom. I know it all already. I don't need no instruction. I don't need no help. I'm the type that I just open the box and start putting stuff together. I'm the type that don't look at instructions. I don't need no instructions. It says right here at the end of verse 7, that's foolish. Foolishness, my boy. Right? It says, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. But it says, the fear of the Most High is the beginning of knowledge. So you got to seek him. You got to fear the Most High, man. Let's keep going, bro. All right. Verse 8, my son. Now you're going to say, where's the instruction coming? Where all this supposed to come from? Verse 8, talking directly to the young lions, the whelps. It's the lion that's talking to the whelp. It's the father talking to the whelp. Say, my son. my whelp, my young lion. Hear the instruction of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother. See, this is how you stay out of lack. It says, for they shall be an ornament of grace unto thy head, and chains about thy neck. So you're supposed to wear everything you learn from your father and your mother. You wear it like chains, like jewelry, like a crown, an ornament of grace unto thy head. You're supposed to be rocking that joint, bruh. Yeah, I got it figured out. I'm just doing what my pop said. I'm just doing what the father said. I'm just doing what my mother said, the Holy Spirit. I'm just doing what they said. Hey, you see these ornaments? You see this crown on my head? Yeah, that's where it came from. You see these chains on my neck? That's where it came from. Hey, these VVs. Now it says, verse 10, my son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. So if a sinner is trying to tempt you, trying to tell you to do something you know goes against the instruction of your father and the law of your mother, don't agree. It says, consent thou not. Don't agree. Verse 11, if they say, come with us, let us wait for blood, let us lurk privily for the innocent without cause. So it's if a sinner come and say, hey, bro, let's go over here. Let's wait for the perfect opportunity. Let's wait to kill him. Let's wait for blood. Let us wait for the innocent. They ain't do nothing to us. Hey, consent thou not, right? Let's see what privily means, right? Let's lurk privy. They say privy, private, withdrawn, secret, right? So what they're saying is, hey, come, hey, let's go wait. Let's go hide over here in secret and wait for somebody that we can catch slipping. Nah, that ain't the people you need to be associated with, my boy. All right, let's go to 12. Next thing they're going to say is, let us swallow them up, alive as the grave, and whole as those that go down into the pit. We shall find all precious substance. So, hey, we're going to rob them. What they say they was doing in Hosea 4. They was lying, killing, robbing, stealing, committing adultery. It said we're going to find all their precious substance. And then it says next, verse 13, we shall fill our houses with their spoils. So we're going to take all the good stuff. We're going to steal all their good stuff. We're going to take all their spoils and we're going to put it in our house. Wisdom is telling you, hey, don't go with them. We about to find out why soon. Verse 14, it says, cast in thy lot among us. Let us all have one purse. They say, hey, go in with us, man. Let's put all our money together. Let's go do some evil, man. Let's go get over on some people. It says next, verse 15, my son, my young lion, my whelp, walk not thou in the way with them. Refrain thy foot from their path. For their feet run to evil and make haste to shed blood. So that means, why is the Most High saying that? He's saying because if you're running towards evil and evil is destruction all around evil, how can I save you? It's going to become very clear in a second. He was like, if you running towards evil and I'm about to start raining hell down, raining fire and brimstone down, and you still inside of Gomorrah, that's why Abram had to go get Lot. He was standing too close. He was walking with him. He was walking with the people inside of Gomorrah. He was living with them. Most I say, hey, I'm about to burn that joint down. Ain't nobody else good in the city. Abraham said, hey, my cousin out that way. You can't do that. Now let me go get my cousin. Right? Most High like, hey, he shouldn't be walking in the way with him. But you know what? I'm gonna grant you mercy. I'm gonna grant you. Go ahead, go scoop your cousin up out of side of Gomorrah. But hey, if you turn around, you or your cousin, anybody, his wife, whatever, gonna get turned to salt. His wife, Lot's wife, turned around. She a pillar of salt. They say she's still out there to this day. To this day. So anyway, man, it say for their feet run to evil, right? Now it says, surely in vain the net is spread in the sight of any bird, and they lay wait for their own blood. They lurk privily or privately. They lurk in secret for their own lives. So are the ways of everyone that is greedy of gain, which taketh away the life of the owners thereof. So, hey, they don't know they running towards destruction. They don't know they waiting privately. See, this is why people can't get away with you can't get away with scamming. You can't get away with killing people. You can't get away with doing all this stuff. Cops just start pulling people over They like, man, who snitched? Who told? Hey, ain't nobody snitched, man. It was never in the cards for you to get away with it. The script say right here, hey, you lay wait for your own blood. You lurk privily for your own lives. You lurk in secret for your own lives. You at risk, my boy. Ain't nobody at risk but you. And anybody. So it says, so are the ways of everyone that is greedy of gain. Anybody trying to take something from somebody. It said, which taketh away the life of the owners thereof. Hey, everybody. Ain't no free lunches. What's I telling you right here? No free lunches. So while you trying to prey on everybody, while you trying to devour men, you really devouring yourself. That's why you're in lack. Why? Because you're destroyed for a lack of knowledge. You're not in knowledge, you're in lack. I mean, you're destroyed for a lack of knowledge. You're not in knowledge, you're in lack. So you running towards your own death. That's why the lions do lack and suffer hunger. Come on, man. It's full circle. Like I say, Bible keep flipping back on each other and flipping back on each other. I can't even make it up. It's all throughout. I ain't even got to look for no lesson to come to me. Right. All right. So now let's see, what is the benefit of wisdom? What's the main benefit? We're going to jump to chapter 2 real quick. All right. Remember, I told you, hey, when you walking too close to somebody, you're going to get hurt, pal. When you walking with your homeboy and you know your homeboy in this, you know what I'm saying, and with this group, and they beefing with another group, when they start shooting, you might catch a stray. You was standing too close. You was affiliated. They might think you was with them just by the way you dress. Y'all dressing alike. Y'all looking alike. So watch this. Proverbs 2, verse 1. It says, my son, my young lion, if thou wilt receive my words and hide my commandments with thee, so that thou incline thine ear unto wisdom and apply thine heart to understanding. So this is the benefits of wisdom. Hey, if you would, hey, just listen to what I'm telling you. Open your ears to the wisdom I'm trying to drop on you. Apply your heart to the understanding, right? Verse 3, Shalakia. It says, verse 3, if thou criest after knowledge and lifteth up thy voice for understanding. So if you ask for it, you got to really want it, right? You got to really want this knowledge and this understanding. It says, if thou seekest her as silver and searchest for her as for hid treasure. So if you looking for her like gold and silver, if you're really looking for wisdom for real, I'm going to get it to you. You're going to find it, right? It's right here in this book. I'm trying to tell you where it's at. This is the gold. I'm already talking. These words is gold, bro. They more valuable than gold. They more valuable than silver, right? But notice it's using silver. Silver is tried through the water and the fire, man. Like I say, man, everything is full circle, man. Watch this, verse 5. Then shalt thou understand the fear of the Most High and to find the knowledge of God. But you have to ask for it. You have to request it. You have to really mean it. You have to apply your heart to understand it. This is what these verses are talking about. All right, so verse 6. For the Lord giveth wisdom, out of his mouth cometh knowledge and understanding. So we got to say, hey, why you keep saying the same stuff about wisdom and understanding? Because this is key. This is key for you. Watch this. He layeth up sound wisdom for the righteous. So he keep talking about wisdom. He's storing it up for a certain people, for the righteous, not the unrighteous, not the young lion that's devouring, the young lion that listened to the lioness, the young lion that grew up properly. It says he layeth up sound wisdom for the righteous. He is a buckler of them that walk uprightly. So a buckler is a shield. He's a shield for them that walk uprightly. So the wisdom is only for the righteous. And they say the Most High is a buckler. Most High is a shield for them that walk uprightly. So if you're not walking upright, you can't be safe. Verse 8, it says, he keepeth the paths of judgment and preserveth the way of his saints. So wait, how is he going to keep the paths of judgment and preserve the way of his saints? Through what? Through knowledge. Through what? Through the wisdom that he just said he laid up. Now watch this. It's going to get apparently abundantly clear. Verse 9. Then shalt thou understand righteousness and judgment and equity. See, we keep saying the same word. So once you know the word, equity is impartial judgment. Then shalt you understand judgment and impartial judgment. Yea, every good path. When wisdom entereth into thine heart, and knowledge is pleasant unto thy soul. Now it says, verse 11, discretion shall preserve thee, understanding shall keep thee. So you thought the Most High was going to come down with a sword personally just for you. Why he got to come down and he already told you how to stay safe? How he tell you to stay safe? Discretion shall preserve thee. He gave you wisdom. He gave you knowledge. He gave you understanding. And this is what's supposed to preserve you. This is the protection. This is the shield of the Most High. He laid this wisdom up for you so you can stay safe. A lot of people think that they can just go out and do all this crazy stuff because they safe. Nah, you're supposed to use wisdom to keep yourself safe. You're supposed to use discretion. It says right here, plain as day, discretion shall preserve thee. Understanding shall keep thee. Verse 12, to deliver thee from the way of an evil man. So wait, you need the Most High to deliver you from the evil man. So how is he going to do that? When the last time you saw him walking on the earth? The Garden of Eden? When the last time you heard about him walking on the earth? The Garden of Eden? All right. When the last time you seen an angel come down and help you out? And like for real, like, oh, I just saw an angel. Exactly. So wait, to deliver thee. So understanding shall keep thee. Your understanding, verse 11, understanding shall keep thee. It will to deliver thee from the way of the evil man, from the man that speaketh froward things. I'm supposed to have froward in here. Let me go. I'm just going to read the actual definition to you. Froward, habitually disposed to disobedience and opposition. Habitually, so somebody who makes it a habit to disobey, to be disobedient to what? Laws. So your discretion gonna preserve you. Understanding shall keep thee. Verse 12, to deliver thee from the way of the evil man, from the man that speaketh froward things. Verse 13, who leave the paths of uprightness to walk in the way of darkness, who rejoice to do evil and delight in the frowardness of the wicked. So this is what discretion is preserving you from. This is what understanding is keeping you from. All of this. You see that in verse 11, at the end of verse 11, there's a colon, meaning they about to list out everything that you're going to be preserved from and kept from. It says, whoso rejoiceth, who rejoice to do evil, verse 14, who rejoice to do evil and delight in the frowardness of the wicked, the disobedience of the wicked, whose ways are crooked, and they froward in their paths, to deliver thee from the strange woman, even from the stranger which flattereth with her words. So, hey man, I hope y'all getting this, man. And if y'all not, ask for understanding. This is the most important part. Beg the Most High for understanding. Beg him for his wisdom. Because if you get that, you're going to get riches. Seek the kingdom and all things be added unto you. Seek ye first the kingdom and the Most High and all his ways, and all things shall be added unto you. So, hey, man, this is really key. It's really not that complex. The world is complex, but you being safe, you being kept, you not being in lack, you not being destroyed, it's not complex. It's just about obedience. Obedience to what? The best thing ever. And I know all of the things in the world, everything that seemed cool right now, it seemed like it's bad. Like it's against the law of the Most High to do. Everything that feels good. But seek him first and everything will be added, man. It's a way in which you have to go about it, doing it. But this is first and foremost, most important. Why? Because you need to be preserved. Preserved from what? We're about to read about it. It's the danger of ignoring wisdom. Proverbs, we jump back to, so we only been in Proverbs 1 and 2. These are the first two chapters of the book. That's it. So we back in Proverbs 1, verse 24. It says, because I have called and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. Because ye have set at naught all my counsel, because you have set at nothing all my counsel, and would none of my reproof, and would do none of my reproof, none of my rebuking. It says, verse 26, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. So now, imagine this. You fall into calamity. You fall into, hey, I ain't even get calamity. I forgot about calamity. I ain't even think about getting calamity. Let's pull up calamity for you. Get the exact definition real quick. This is just how you know how easy it is to do it. Calamity, an event causing great and often sudden damage or distress, a disaster. So it's, as I say, I will laugh at your disasters. I will mock when your fear cometh. He gonna be laughing. Man, bro, he pretty new down there praying to me, but he been disobedient this whole time. I ain't got no help for buddy. He up there laughing. So people say, hey man, how could the Most High let this person pass? How could the Most High do this to that person? Hey, there were warning signs. There's danger out here. Like we talked about the story of Jonah last week or the week before. He sent the storm before he put him in a well. We got to come back to obedience. We got to understand the signs that the Most High is sending us. So it ain't strange. So it won't be so strange to you when the Most High not answering your prayers when he laughing at your calamity. Verse 27, it says, when your fear cometh as desolation and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. So a lot of people like, man, why the Most High don't be answering my prayers? Because when he tried to help you, you rejected him. When he tried to tell you to come to him, you rejected him. So he say, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. So they going to look for him, and you will not find him. It say, seek and you shall find. Right here, but right here just say, they shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. It's because you already had an opportunity, and you rejected them. You could have already did the right thing, and you rejected them. Keep that in mind. Let's keep going. It says, for they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Most High. They would none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof, all my chastisement. They despised it. Yeah, you're not going to like the chastisement, but you got to understand why you're getting it. You got to be appreciative of it because he only trying to chastise you to make you better. Right here, verse 31. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. That's the same thing as they're saying, hey, people who play stupid games get stupid prizes. You play a stupid game, you get a stupid prize. All right, I'm going to read it again. Verse 31. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. I had devices too. Let me get devices for you real quick. Let's just show you already. All right, so device, a scheme, an invention, a plot, right? They shall eat of their own fruit. They shall eat of the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own schemes, their own plots. That's verse 32. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. But whoso hearkeneth, whoso listened unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil. So you dwell safely. That means you made the Most High your refuge, your habitation. You're dwelling in the Most High. So, all right, man. Bang. We hit the conclusion. Takeaway 1. If you lack knowledge, find it. Seek it with all your heart. Seek it. If you are in lack of anything, ask the Most High. Ask him what? Ask him why. Hey, Father, why am I lacking? What am I missing? Father, give me the wisdom to understand. Father, give me the serenity, Father. Please, Father, help me. Let's keep going. Takeaway 2. Stay away from young whelps going off. And try young whelps and young lions. And try your hardest to stay on the path. Like when you learn how to catch your prey, don't go off and start devouring men. Don't go off with the people. It says, consent thou not. Let's keep going. Takeaway 3. The Most High uses wisdom to protect you. If you don't have access to it, how can you be protected? You want protection. We all do. You want safety. You want to sleep easy at night. We all do. But it's something required of you. That's not free. That's not, you got to do something. Because the way you sleep easy is by attaining that discretion. The way you sleep easy is by attaining that understanding. That's what keeps you in your time of danger. Now, the Most High can come down if he want to and save you. I'm not saying he can't. I ain't putting no restrictions on the Most High. But if he just told you this, how you think he gonna do that? So, hey, man. I love y'all, man. Indeed and in truth, not just in words. If y'all need anything, if y'all not understanding this, my contact is in the stuff below. I got y'all. Just hit me up. Shalom. One.